Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they enter play here. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams...
And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
Ain't doing
this will be
nothing.
scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Second and 7. Garoppolo. That's complete right around the 8. And the 49ers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. They'll run with Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking deep in the direction of... It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Amari Cooper. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. A short kick, taking it. Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Danny Shelton.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
5-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Amari Cooper as the first half is winding down. And explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Toronto, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Today, from Toronto, Canada, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Toronto Huskies taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Toronto Huskies. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they enter play here. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. There he goes, right side. Touchdown! Amari Cooper with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do.
Jarwin over the middle. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Blake Jarwin, as the first half is winding down. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. 3 yards the gain there, second down. The final shot here before half for Carr. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll kick things off up in Minneapolis, where Washington is in town to take on Minnesota. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Dwayne Haskins, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Daniel Jones throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From the 39, Carr, the open man here, Renfrow. and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Toronto, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. The Denver Broncos taking on the Toronto Huskies.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Huskies and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays?
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And his guys have taken a first. Now Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. 30, 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge.
Throwing his lock on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. Field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Others on the return. They'll take over. First down.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Toronto, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank
today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Toronto Huskies.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. First 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? And
he's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there. 45 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 30. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never...
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
35-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. It's going the other way.
There it is. There it is.
There he goes left side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Here's Carter now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium. Dwayne Haskins leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Dante Pettis, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Deshaun Jackson leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Toronto, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to...
Today, from Toronto, Canada, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Huskies taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is... broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
37-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 63 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
For the point after.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
A fairly short kick from the... Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out. Trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. It's going the other way.
Wilson's pass complete. A fumble on the play.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. and it was the Green Bay Packers who will continue on in these playoffs as they defeat the New York Giants. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone. Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through three. That was impressive.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've had to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he loses the football a second time. And the defense has come up with it.
Fumble on the play.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
He'll buy some time right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.